And we're live, Kim.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so sorry for my Monday lateness here, but I thank you for those of you who hung in those couple of minutes for me to jump on here. My name is Kim Krula, and I am the VWise Program Manager, and I am here today to just give you some preparatory tips so that you can make the most of your time on site at VWise San Antonio. So I'm going to dive right in, talk a little bit about the structure of the weekend, talk a little bit about what to pack, what to bring, a reminder of some of the out-of-pocket costs that are going to be there for you, and then also to let you know about some of the special activities and opportunities that are going to be available at the conference. So as you all know, VWise is going to start this Friday, August 12th, and it's going to continue through Sunday, August 14th. So Friday is primarily a travel and check-in day for most people. So you're going to have the opportunity to check into your hotel room as well as to visit the VWise registration desk between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. on Friday. So we ask that you do check in with us at the registration desk first before heading to your room. Although if you've got a lot of bags, we understand that maybe you want to check into your room first. Just make sure that you come and see us by 4 p.m. because we will be striking the table at 4 p.m. to get ready for our opening ceremonies. And then if you're going to arrive after 4, just shoot me a quick note via email, and I can be reached at kakrula@syr.edu. And I just realized that's probably showing up backwards for you, so I got to fix that for next time. But again, kakrula@syr.edu, and we'll make sure that we get you your welcome bag another time. Also happening on Friday, we have headshots available from 3 to 5 p.m. And this is a professional photographer that's going to be available to kind of coach you into getting a professional headshot. You might want to put on a website, a business card, your LinkedIn profile. Basically, you can use it anywhere you want to, and it's just a good professional first impression of yourself. So the cost for those is $15, and that's payable by credit card. And those will be available not only from 3 to 5 on Friday, but also from 6 to 8 on Saturday. So if you're going to get in a little late and you missed, the Friday opportunity, you'll have another chance on Saturday night as well. Another thing to note on Friday, things really kick off at 5 p.m. with our opening ceremonies. So from 5 to 6, we're going to have a networking reception, and we do recommend business professional dress for this. So here's your first chance to meet all your fellow participants, your speakers and instructors, your staff. We're going to have some great food out, and then bring everybody into the ballroom starting at 6 p.m. for our opening ceremonies. And I'll leave an air of mystery about the opening ceremonies, but we do have a wonderful program planned for you, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And once those conclude around 8 p.m., we'll be heading back out for more networking and dessert, and hopefully get you guys off to bed for a very early morning the next day. So on Saturday and Sunday, just want everybody to be prepared. These are long days. We have a very ambitious schedule, and we will be sticking to that schedule pretty rigidly. Breakfast will be served at 7 a.m. on both Saturday and Sunday, and we do have a morning speaker starting right at 7:25. So I'm going to encourage everybody to get down there right at 7. Make sure you grab your breakfast and take it on into the ballroom. And both Saturday and Sunday will be a combination of breakout sessions. So those are the classes that you chose. So Saturday was either startup track or growth track, depending on how long you've been in business. And Sunday is participants' choice day. So you might be in marketing, you might be in finance, healthy living, social media, all sorts of different classes. So you will have received a confirmation of which classes you were enrolled in, and you chose those at registration. We're also going to have a printout for you on site when you check in, and that's just going to be a little reminder of the classes that you chose. Now, we get a lot of questions about, is it okay for me to switch my classes once I've decided? And the answer is we will be as flexible as we can with that. We have arranged for rooms based on the class sizes that we had when people registered. So, some rooms are smaller, some rooms are larger. So we just ask that you check in with the info desk if you do want to switch classes, and make sure there's enough overage allowed for in that room. And then certainly if there are extra seats available and you've decided that your needs have changed, or that, after the online course, there's something else that you want to look into more, absolutely. If there's room in there, we're going to send you on in and let you take the classes that you feel you need to. As far as Sunday, hi, Jacqueline. So Jacqueline just joined us online. As far as Sunday goes, we're going to be ending right around 3 p.m. on Sunday. So, you know, it's an 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. arrival on Friday, but as far as Sunday goes, that's going to be a lot less flexible. We'll definitely have you wrapped up and all done with our closing ceremonies and lunch, and get our class photo taken and get you guys back out to the airport by 3 p.m. So I want to talk a little bit about Saturday evening's optional activities. So we talked a little bit about on Saturday and Sunday that there are classes going on, there are general sessions going on where we have everybody in the ballroom hearing a single speaker, and those are considered the formal program. And on Saturday that'll go from about 7:30 to 6, and on Sunday that'll go from about 7:30 to about 1:30. Now on Saturday night we have some optional activities. And they're optional in the sense that you get to choose which ones you want to go to. You also get to choose if you attend them, although I definitely recommend that you do. It's a great opportunity for additional coaching and networking. So we've already talked about the professional headshots that are available for $15 by credit card. You can have the option of getting those taken on Saturday night from 6 to 8. We will also have something called exhibitor hours. Now what this is basically an exhibition style chance for you to meet local and national business resource providers. And these are resources that we've selected who are out there to help women in business, who are out there to help veterans in business, and they're sending either their local representative or they are local to San Antonio. And they're there to just kind of meet and greet with you, explain what their services are, how they might be useful to you as a woman veteran or spouse going into business, and give you that sort of face to connect with a name instead of just having a URL or a phone number or something like that. So we have a special little incentive for folks to come to exhibitor hours. Now those are going to run for the full 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. on Saturday night, so you'll have plenty of time to stop by. And we have a little challenge for you. If you visit 3 exhibitors and actually chat with them, and they'll sign a little card and sign off that you've chatted with them. You get to choose a little prize. It's either a Stella and Dot wallet, which was donated by our friends at Stella and Dot who want to support women veterans and military spouses, or you can get a VWise vanity bag. It's a little travel carrier bag for all of your little items, little pencils or makeup, or I use mine for jewelry. So just a little fun prize. We want to have plenty of opportunities for you guys to get some VWise swag while you're here on site. So we've done headshots, exhibitor hours. Also want to talk about office hours. So office hours are going to be available from 6:15 to 7:30 on Saturday night. And this is where all of your speakers and instructors who will be there in classes are going to be available at a round table. It can seat up to 6, including the speaker or instructor, so it is a small group setting. It is not a one-on-one setting, but this is really your opportunity to ask any questions that you feel maybe you didn't have time for during class, or that maybe are really specific to your business that you didn't want to ask in front of the full group, or things like that. And this is really, there's no content that the speakers and instructors will be delivering here during office hours. This is really driven by you and by your questions and what's important to you. So it's really a less formal way for you to kind of get that one-on-one coaching, get that business card for somebody that you can chat a little bit more with after the event, and make sure that you're meeting those folks and making those connections for folks who are going to be able to help you, when you go home and you need someone to email and say, I have no idea what I'm doing here, can you help me out? Or, I want to look into different resources in a certain area, can you point me in the right direction? We also have the pitch party going on Saturday night, and because of its infamy and general popularity, we're actually offering 2 sessions. So this is led by Isa Sarah Bay, excuse me. And she is going to have some ladies up to the front of the classroom for the pitch party who will actually deliver their 90-second elevator pitch for their business. And then she is going to provide some feedback and coaching on that pitch. So we have a limited number of seats for folks who can pitch, and definitely some more seats for ladies to observe. So there is a benefit not only to coming and pitching your business and getting that feedback in front of the class, but also to coming in and watch others do it. Maybe you're not there yet, maybe you're not quite ready yet, maybe you're like me and you don't really like speaking in front of people all the time. I encourage you to push yourself and to come out of your comfort zone. This is a really safe place to do it, and definitely love to have you there. Now, because seats are limited, that is by registration only. So I'm going to throw up the URL here, and it's VWise San Antonio, which you're pretty used to seeing by now, and then pitchparty.eventbrite.com. And the good news is we have lots of seats available, both to pitch and to observe. So we'll be doing the first session from 6 to 6:45, and then we'll have a little break so Sarah can catch her breath, and we'll be doing the next session from 7:15 to 8. And then finally, I do have one unfortunate announcement to make. We had planned to have a jam session, coaching session with Larry Broughton of Broughton Hotels and Broughton Advisory. Unfortunately, I did just receive word today that although he will be there for our keynote speech that morning, he is being called away that evening and won't be able to host the jam session. So that is a change from what you'll see in your agenda and from what you've seen in the materials that we distributed so far. And I'm very sorry for any inconvenience that may cause, but the good news is there's a lot else going on Saturday evening, a lot of other coaching and networking opportunities to include headshots, exhibitor hours, office hours, and pitch party. So I'll talk a little bit about the associated costs of VWise. Everybody knows by now, I'm hoping that VWise is covering your hotel room in full on Friday and Saturday, so you guys don't have to worry about that. We get a lot of questions about, can I have guests in my hotel room? The answer is absolutely. Although VWise meals and classes and those Saturday activities, those are for registered participants only, and we can't accept family members there. However, it's no trouble for you to have another adult or somebody. Some of you are coming in, you have a couple kids with you who a family member is going to be watching while you're at the conference. No problem to have them with you. Just let me know if you need anything special in the hotel room, like a crib or like double beds, and we'll do our best to accommodate you. Also want to throw out there, your guest room will have complimentary internet, so you will be able to take care of things at home while you're here. Unfortunately, the classrooms will not have internet, but we will be providing laptops in the break areas so that if you need to borrow one of our machines really quick during one of those 15 or 20-minute breaks to log on and check your email, that you can do that without having to go back to your hotel room. As you all know, airfare or car travel in are on your own, and this is to include either a taxi or a shuttle from the airport to the hotel, or if you're driving in, it's to include parking at the hotel. And I got a couple notes for you guys on that as you're planning. It looks like the cost of a cab one way is about $24, which to me seems a little steep. The shuttle, there is what's called a Satrans shuttle, and you can reserve that online. That one's a little bit less expensive. It's $32 round trip. What I recommend that's a lot more cost effective is Uber. San Antonio is an Uber city, and you can go to uber.com, and it's basically a ride service much like a taxi service, except for there's a lot less overhead, so their rates tend to be a lot better. And you can do Uber carpool even to get the cost down even more, so I definitely recommend checking that out online. I think that's going to be your most cost-effective way of getting from the airport to the hotel. As far as parking goes, again, the Westin's a little steep. For overnight parking, they're asking for $39 a night. The great news is there is a day rate parking garage across the street. So definitely make use of that. You won't have far to walk. You'll just come across the crosswalk and come to the hotel. There is also a plethora of public parking options available. I would recommend going to bestparking.com and typing in just the zip code of the hotel, and what you can do, is choose something that fits your budget. That's easy to get to the hotel, and you can actually reserve a public parking spot ahead of time if you're driving in, and that way it's all set to go. You don't have to worry about it when you're traveling. As far as meals go, we will be feeding you very, very well. Meals are provided by the conference, starting with dinner on Friday and ending with lunch on Sunday. The only exception is dinner Saturday, which is on your own. We'll be giving you a snack during those optional activities, and it will be a heavy snack, but I don't think it'll quite count as dinner. So good news, there's a lot of dining options either on site at the hotel. You don't even have to leave the property, or if you're like me and you like to do a little bit exploring while you're out, we are located on the the San Antonio Riverwalk. So there is any number of restaurants and eateries within walking distance, very easy walking distance, and the concierge will be able to direct you to anything that you might be looking for, whether it's Italian or Tex-Mex or within a certain price range or something super casual, or if you want to go out for something a little bit special. So you'll have a lot of options there as far as that Saturday dinner goes. Couple notes on how to pack and what to bring. Of course, most everybody's traveling in on Fridays, so we understand. We want you to be comfortable on the airplane or on your car rides, so definitely when you're traveling in, comfortable clothes, casual, whatever you want to wear. Our intent by having you there by 4 p.m. is to make sure you have time to check into your room and refresh yourself before the evening ceremonies. So you should have time to do that. We do recommend for Friday evening that you do, bring your best, come in business professional, and make sure that first impression, that you're putting your best foot forward, and making sure that we're all at our best that night. Especially if you're going to get your headshot taken on Friday, you want a business professional set for that, as well as if you get it done Saturday night. For the rest of the weekend, we're gonna have you in classes quite a bit, so we say business casual for the rest of the weekend. You're gonna want to be comfortable. You're gonna sitting in your chairs like I do, wiggling around, and we really don't want anything to distract from your learning. So absolutely, business casual there. All of you know it is San Antonio in August, so it is very hot outside, which means we will be going very strong with the air conditioning inside. So my best advice to you is to dress in layers, because those classrooms are likely to be a little cold when you first come in, but they're going to warm up quickly. So best to have a blazer or a little sweater or something that you can take on and off as the room temperature fluctuates, and make sure that you're comfortable throughout the day. And I want to make sure I mention, if anybody has any questions as I'm going through, you can post them in the chat box in the Q&A section, and that way I can kind of look over. It's showing up on my right, and I can make sure to keep an eye on those questions and answer them as I'm going along. Finally, want to make sure everybody knows to bring their business cards. So, you've been networking online quite a bit, but this is your chance to have that face-to-face and meet someone in person and hand them something tangible. So, everybody's at very different points in their business, and that's okay. Some of you, have a business card already with your logo and maybe your headshot and your business name and your website and all of that, and that's wonderful. There may be some of you who are thinking, I haven't even started my business yet. What the heck am I going to put on my card? I definitely recommend having your photo on there of your face, because people will remember a face much more easily than they'll remember a name. And then, if you want to put your name and your city and what your goal is, or what business you're hoping to start, definitely throw that on there and get them printed at your local FedEx. And then, you do have something to hand out when you're there, even if maybe you're not ready to have a business name yet or a business website. You can still you can still make that connection, and take cards from other folks, and it makes it easier to follow up after the event, and to help folks remember you. And it looks like I'm being asked to reshare the pitch party registration site. So it's VY's San Antonio Pitch Party .eventbrite.com. I know it's a long one. And if I did print it I did try to make sure it would print on just one page here. So what may be happening is you may need to add https:// before that. It might be a little bit confused about where it's going to take you. So https:// and then the URL, and you should be all set to go. All right. Just a couple more notes before we open it up for questions, guys. One of the items you'll be receiving when you join us on site is your VWise program booklet. So you'll see this one is for Charlotte. This is what it looked like last time. Our San Antonio ones are on order. But I suggest you take some time Friday night and familiarize yourself with the information in here. So you'll see it's going to have an agenda. So basically, in minute by minute, hour by hour, what the heck is going on at VWise, agenda for you to keep in touch with what's going on and know where you're going next. It's going to have information on the speakers available at office hours, and this is useful so you can really prioritize your time, because you may feel very good about your social media, but you want to talk to somebody about accounting, or you may feel very good about getting a government contract, but you want to know a little bit more about how to have a strategic communications plan. We are listing all of our speakers and instructors in this program who are going to be there, as well as their areas of expertise. So you don't really have to do any guesswork at office hours. You can really target who you want to go to and find them right away. Other components of the program are going to be hotel maps, very important, so you can get around the Weston Riverwalk. There will also be speaker and instructor bios, so you can see I got a couple lengthy bios there. You can really get to know the people who are going to be providing the resources to you, who are going to be delivering those keynotes and teaching those classes. And this is really, it's a good thing for you to take a look at when you first get there, because again, you can prioritize who is an expert in an area where you feel you need support in, and you can make a really good effort of getting to chat with that person one-on-one and getting that business card so that you can follow up after and have that person as a potential mentor or coach. We have a really dedicated group of individuals who are coming in. Many of them have been to a VWise before, and it's really a passion for them to help up-and-coming business owners, especially veterans and military families, in getting the resources that they need to be successful. Another thing, you've all heard the phrase, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Well, we have t-shirts. So, it's very small on my screen, but you can see it's got our little VWise logo on the front. And then in cities all across the United States on the back. So if you want one of these beauties, all you got to do is refer a friend to the VWise program. And you can come and let us know that you referred a friend at the VWise Info Desk, and we will give you one of our t-shirts as a thank you for helping to spread the word about our program. So the way to do that, if you want to do it now, get it out of the way, is vwise.org/graduates. And what it's going to ask you to do is put in your first and last name and email so we know who you are. And it's going to ask you to provide your friend's first and last name and email so we know who they are. And what this is going to do is it's going to make sure that we have an email distro list for any other ladies that might be interested in attending VWise. So we won't call them, we won't spam them, I promise, but what they're going to do is get a notification from us about what the program is and who we are and how we think we can help them in their business goals. So as you know, VWise is open to veteran women and active duty service women, as well as women's spouses and same-sex life partners. So anybody in those groups that you know with an interest in starting a business or in exploring entrepreneurship, definitely send them our way. At this time, I want to make sure everybody has my contact information. So I think you probably all know I am in Syracuse, New York, so I have a bit to travel. So I will be heading out very early tomorrow morning to the Westin in San Antonio to start preparing for your arrival. So I will be on a plane for most of tomorrow morning and kind of offline for a while. But if you need to contact me, you all have my email. Again, kakrula@syr.edu. and that's going to be the easiest way to get to me. Also, for any emergencies, I want everybody to have my cell phone. This will be glued to my hand for the duration of the event. So even if I can't answer you right away, I'm going to call you back as quick as I can. And that number is 315-214-9151. So everybody, don't hesitate to use this. You know, if something happens and you're going to be, you know, if you're not going to arrive by 4 p.m. because your flight is delayed, or, you know, if you're on site and you know you need something, just make sure to reach out, let me know, and we'll do our best to take care of you. So at this time, that is the end of my formal comments, and I'm seeing I'm doing really good on time here. It's only a half an hour in, so if anybody has any other questions about the logistics of getting there, or what's going to happen during the event, or if anybody wants some of those special activities explained again, happy to go into those at this time, and I'll give everybody a little time to type there if you have any questions. All right. Looks like I must have done a good job, because it looks like we have 20 viewers online right now, but we're not seeing any questions come through, so I'm taking that as a true compliment. All right, very good. So if that's the case, what I'll say, guys, is if you think of anything, you know, either later tonight or tomorrow, just shoot me a quick email. I'll be happy to answer any additional questions for you. But, you know, this concludes our Phase 2 orientation webinar. So with that, I'm going to wish everybody very safe travels, a great rest of the week until I see you on Friday, and just say I'm so excited to meet all of you in person and to have a really fun and inspirational weekend ahead of us. So cheers.